Hey everyone, it is Dave. Welcome in. It's time to talk about module number 9. Last module, we talked about Edward Manet and the birth of modernism. Well, this is Manet's circle this week, becoming the Impressionists, and we start talking about the different modern art movements. We're also going to talk about Vincent van Gogh, and we know his name, but we don't know a whole lot about him normally. We might know that he created Starry Night or that he cut off his ear, but beyond that, we're pretty limited in our knowledge. Well, this lecture will change all of that. We also have a journal this week, which I hope you find a lot of fun, and we're going to go ahead and pop over to the Canvas site. All right, here we are on the Canvas site, Module 9 this week. Up top, the usual information, our video you're watching right now, our action plan for the week, and of course a link to my office hours every Monday and Wednesday from 4:30 to 7 p.m. The lecture on Impressionism this week, our study guide, and then we'll take a look at the further exploration section. We do have a reading on Impressionism. We've got a video of Claude Monet actually painting, which is really cool. And this is one of the neat things I like about modernism, is because many of these artists lived through the time of video. So people like Claude Monet, Salvador Dali, Picasso, we have video of them moving and painting and talking, and it's really kind of cool. My friend Ross King wrote a book several years ago now on Claude Monet. Tons of awards to this book. And if you're interested in Claude Monet in particularly, this video is a great video. It is optional for everyone, but I do highly suggest it. Our next lecture is going to be on Vincent van Gogh. Now, this is very much like the art theft lecture that you just saw prior to the midterm. This is a professional lecture I did a few years ago on Vincent van Gogh, our study guide, and then for the further exploration section here, we have a link to the letters of Vincent van Gogh, so you can actually see all the letters he wrote, his handwriting, the translations if you're interested. We also have a link to the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. A video clip of Doctor Who, and it's called Vincent and the Doctor. It's historically inaccurate, but if you're a Doctor Who fan, it's cool to watch. A song by Don McLean. Of course, he gave us the American Pie song, but he also wrote a song about Vincent van Gogh. And if you would like, I would say this is also optional. This is an In Search Of episode hosted by Leonard Nimoy, and it is focused on Vincent van Gogh's life. As far as assessments go, there are no new assessments. Just make sure to reply to the discussion board that was in Module 8 on photography. If you haven't made a post yet, please do so, and of course then make a reply. Finally, we have journal number 8. So journal number 8 is about painting outside, painting on plein air, which is what the Impressionists do. And we talk about perceptual color in the lecture, which is the color the object is at a particular moment in time because of the light. And so a lot of artists, both Impressionists and then in the case of Vincent van Gogh, Post-Impressionists, painted out in front of the object. So what I'm going to have you do is just step outside to some type of landscape and close your eyes, then open them, and then just basically shade in the colors. I'm not looking for you necessarily to draw plants or landscapes or anything like that. We're just looking at sketching, shading. You can see some of the past examples. These are not by any means like pinpoint accurate or anything like that. This is just supposed to be a fun, try this out and see how it works for you project. So you can use pencils, colored pencils, markers, crayons, whatever you would like. This student here had watercolors. She wanted to use watercolors. That's okay, but please do not go out and buy any new material just to do this project. We just want to even, if you were just stuck with regular pencil, you can do lighter and darker values with that. But if you do have crayons, markers, whatever, that works really, really well. And that, my friends, is everything for module number 9. And I will see you shortly. We'll talk about module 10. We're almost in the home stretch, so hang in there. We are almost done with this semester.